Good afternoon, everyone. Nadia here again with another reading from the Truth Scriptures to Anak. And this afternoon I'm going to be reading from Uiyqara, sn-Leviticus chapter 22. Then Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, and tell them they are to separate themselves when it comes to the set-apart things of the children of Israel, which are set apart to me. They must not profane my set-apart name. I am Yahweh. Say to them, if any of your descendants throughout your generations approaches the set-apart things, which the children of Israel set apart to Yahweh, while remaining unclean, that person shall be cut off from before me. I am Yahweh. If any descendant of Aaron is a leper or has a discharge from their body, they are not to eat any set apart things until they are clean. Anyone who touches anything made unclean by a dead body, or has an emission of semen, or touches any creeping creature, or touches another person who makes them unclean, whatever the uncleanness may be, that person who touches any unclean thing shall be unclean until the evening. They must not eat of any of the set apart things until they have bathed their body in water. Once the sun is completely down, they shall become clean again, and may eat from the set-apart things. That shall be their food. They must not eat any animal that has died naturally or was killed by another animal, because that is considered unclean. I am Yahuwah. The priest must keep my instructions, otherwise they shall be liable for punishment and die for making something impure. I am Yahweh who sets them apart. No one but the priest is allowed to eat from the set-apart things. No foreigner or hired servant can eat from the set-apart things. However, if a priest purchases a bondservant with his money, the bondservant can eat the set-apart things. Any of the bondservant's children who are born in their house may eat set-apart things as well. If a priest's daughter marries someone who is not a priest, she is no longer allowed to eat any of the set-apart things. But if a priest's daughter who is in her youth returns to her father's house, and she is a widow or divorced, and she has no children, she can eat her father's food. However, no foreigner is allowed to eat the food. If someone eats any of the set-apart food unintentionally, they must provide the priest with an equal item plus 1/5. The children of Israel must not make any set-apart offerings impure which they offer to Yahweh. Do not let any of the children of Israel become guilty of eating set-apart food. Remember, I am Yahweh, the one who makes these things set apart. Then Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, as well as all the children of Israel, and say to them, whenever someone from the house of Israel, or a sojourner who is in Israel, brings a burnt offering to Yahweh, whether it be for their vows or a free will offering, in order for it to be acceptable, it must be flawless, a flawless male from the herd, from the sheep or from the goats. You must not present anything that has a blemish, because it shall not be acceptable for you. Whenever someone offers a peace offering or a free will offering to Yahweh as part of their vow from the herd or from the flock, It must be perfect in order to be accepted. It must not have any blemish. You must not present any animal that is blind, injured, maimed, mutilated, has warts, a rash, or has scabs. You must not offer any of these to Yahuwah, nor make an offering by fire from any of them upon the altar of Yahuwah. However, you can offer an ox or a lamb that has a blemish, or is stunted as a freewill offering, but it shall not be accepted toward a vow. You must not offer anything to Yahuwah which is either bruised, crushed, torn, or has cut off testicles. You must do that in your land. You are not allowed to offer such animals as your Alua's food, especially if they come from a foreigner, because these animals have blemishes and are considered corrupted. They shall not be acceptable on your behalf. Then Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, when an ox, sheep, or a goat is born, it must remain with its mother for 7 days. From the 8th day it shall be acceptable for offerings made by fire to Yahuwah. However, you must not slaughter an ox or a sheep and its offspring on the same day. When you offer a thanksgiving sacrifice to Yahuwah, you must make sure it is acceptable. It must be eaten on the same day. You must not leave any of it until morning. I am Yahuwah. Therefore you must guard my commandments and live by them. I am Yahuwah. You must not profane my set-apart name. My name must be set apart among the children of Israel. I am Yahuwah who sets you apart. I brought you out of the land of Matzah to be your Elua. I am Yahuwah.